why we're skinny and why you're not.
Full day of eating with a 300-pound, 6'4" mass monster.
Another someday in the city, I woke up, slipped on heels, and walked 16,000 steps.
Newsflash, you are not naturally skinny, you are not effortlessly skinny.
If you eat nothing but fruit for 72 hours straight, this is what happens to your body. Hour 48 will blow your mind.
We are fucked, and nobody seems to care.
I've definitely thought about cutting down on calories or sugar just to maintain a certain physique. More negative on my mental health. I think it could be positive health-wise to an extent.
I will go out looking for certain things, maybe leaning more towards positive because I will choose to take it with a grain of salt and apply specifically what I think works out for me and kind of disregard the things that are unrealistic or specifically for people who have more money or have more time in their day. I think what has a bigger effect on my mental health is comparing figures, seeing skinnier people online.
Almost daily. There's some things that you see in them where it's oh, maybe that's a helpful tip, and then you kind of move on. For other people, I could see it being something that really affects them, where they start getting in their own head, oh shit, everything I'm eating I should really be watching. And others, I'm sure, just scroll past it. I do think that the content can be personalized and monetized in a way that's kind of predatory and can maybe prey on people who are more susceptible to that kind of thing.
Nora Smith.
Yeah.
You see her all the time and she's ridiculously skinny. Seeing someone super skinny and then thinking maybe if I eat like her and made these meals I would look like that.
Well, a lot of creators and influencers they recommend you products that you should be using and you should not be using. They promote a lot of not eating and a lot of working out for people who have mental situations. It's not the best.
I would say they definitely have an effect. When it comes to consumption, one big thing I always see promoted online is eating whole foods. Oftentimes though, this is always not always attainable, I think, and it kind of leads people who eat processed or frozen foods to feel bad about what they're consuming. It kind of shames the average mom who's buying these foods just to provide for their family and creating a standard of why can't you do better. I think this often makes people feel like they're not doing enough for themselves or that what they're currently doing isn't enough.
Yeah, a lot of videos online very much tell you what you're supposed to look like, especially when it comes to things like gender or sexuality.
Negatively. It's very misleading and distorts our views when certain things aren't always attainable. So that's what I feel it creates this domino effect. It's made me feel worse with social media. It's we're just looking through a lens. They share only the good things that we see. I feel that can be discouraging. It mostly has a negative impact. We've seen a lot on social media how idealized things have become. It can be discouraging trying to achieve a certain look that we've seen through social media.
Healthy stuff, tends to generally be more expensive than other options like fast food and such. So out of convenience, I feel I tend to go for the more accessible thing, which would be fast food. Yes and no. I think because with inflation, everything has gotten more expensive in my opinion. And as well, the amount of time that I have, it just makes it harder. Influencers tend to glamorize the content they create. And I feel it's tailored more to their economic status. And I sometimes feel that doesn't mirror my circumstances. I feel kind of excluded because it's not accessible for me. It's not accessible, it's kind of far, and it's expensive.
And just the fact that I live in one of the most expensive states in all of the Union. Just living alone is expensive. I wouldn't be able to live to afford, Erewhon, high quality foods and everything. It's just unachievable for someone like me. So since I am considered a poor person by a lot of metrics, I definitely do not feel like I am part of the influencer media demographic.
When we think of food, we often imagine nourishment, comfort, or culture. Yet for many, it's much more complex than that. On social media, food takes on new meanings, becoming symbols of discipline, morality, and identity. Something to perfect, but at what cost? Today we see wellness influencers flood our feeds with what I eat in a day videos, low-calorie snacks, and vegan meal plans, each framed as a recipe for not just health, but for self-worth. We see hate comments about food choices fill the comment sections of wellness content, echoing broader themes of misogyny and patriarchy that aim to control and scrutinize our bodies. Our survey reveals that these messages do not affect everyone equally. Women far more than men describe feeling negatively impacted and influenced by this content. Many describe feeling pushed to eat less, to eat clean, to shrink themselves, and to take up less space. Historically speaking, these dynamics are not new. Women's bodies have been fragmented and objectified in ways that serve as political weapons that sustain capitalist hierarchies, ultimately intersecting with race and class. Food now is never just food, especially in digital spaces where the phone eats first or where one goes to get dietary inspiration. It is a site where power, identity, and inequality intersect, where terms like clean eating and cheat meals serve as buzzwords that moralize our food choices. Does wellness on social media liberate us through food, or does it quietly discipline us to consume in ways that keep these misogynistic and colonial hierarchies intact?